Hello everyone आणि नमस्कार. This is Dr. Sudarshan Sambajiraw Pedge, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kailasas Rasika Mahavidyalaya Devani, your zoology companion, and welcome to my lecture. In the last lecture, we also studied the part of environments. There are 4 parts we have studied: the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, as well as biosphere. Now today we will learn about next topic of our syllabus, that is ecological succession. So let's get started today's lecture. First of all, what is meant by the ecological succession? Ecological succession, it is the process of development of new communities, is called ecological succession. It means the one particular formation of new community, that is called as the ecological succession. And it can be defined as an orderly and progressive replacement of one community by another till the development of a stable community in that area, that is called ecological succession. Okay, and this that definition, it will be proposed by the Smith 1965. Okay, so in that ecological succession, the communities in an area are not stable. Okay, that's why they are changing into other forms of community from time to time. Okay, and it will be the particular area, one community may be replaced by another community or by a series of communities. Okay, it means the completely transformation of one particular ecosystem into the another ecosystem. Okay, it means the, if it is a lake or if it is a pond ecosystem is there, that pond ecosystem is, it will be converted into the forest community, that is the ecological section, one particular common example of ecological succession. Okay, so for example, a pond community can be transferred into a marshy community. Okay, if the pond is gradually filled with sand and mud. Okay, and that marshy land in the course of time may give rise to a grassland community or a forest community according to the environmental factors. Or okay, so in that ecological succession is a directionally and predictable. Okay, is a directional and predictable. Okay, the succession is caused due to the modification of the physical environment. Okay, and succession generally depends on the physical environment of the community or of that ecosystem. Okay, it's a totally depends on the, or it will totally caused due to the physical environment. Okay, and in that uh, ecological succession, there is an increase in structural complexity during the succession. Okay, structural complexity. Okay, in that one is the structure, it will be the change, that is the structural complexity. Okay, and that the kinds of animals and plants change continuously with succession. Okay, we know very well in our human beings, uh, we also have an tail in the past era, but we have degenerate tail. Okay, so that is in the succession. Okay, that is the one particular physical environment, that is the effect of physical environment, that is the changes it will be occur. Okay, similarly here, that is the kinds of animals and plants change continuously with succession, and our structural complexity, it will be the occur due to the succession also. Okay, in that the diversity of species tend to increase the succession, but the microorganism and heterotrophic animals reach their maximum diversity in the later stage of succession. Okay, so the diversity generally tends to increase the with succession, but the microorganism and heterotrophic animal, one particular maximum diversity in a particular succession period. Okay, that is the one particular ecological succession. Okay, So another, that is the next point we have discussed here about, that is the trends of succession. Okay, trends of changes during ecosystem development from a young to mature stage, including following features. First is the change. A continuous change occurs in the kinds of plants and animals. That will be the succession, it will be occur. Okay, as well as in the diversity also. Various kinds of plants and animals it will be growing as well as found in a particular area. That is will be the diversity, is this diversity of species takes place. That is the main and important thing. The succession is process. Okay, why? Because the community or the physiognomy keeps on becoming more and more complex. That's why the succession proceeds. Okay, another, that is the progressive increase in the amount of living biomass and dead organic matters also. And that dead organic and biomass is, it will be the progressive increasing order. That's why the uh, succession it will be occur, or succession it will be starts or proceeds. Okay, another, that is the green pigment, which means the chlorophyll go on increasing during the early phase of primary succession. The ratio of yellow and green pigments remains in an early stage as compared to the 3 to 5 times in the climax stage. Okay, in the early stage is the 2 times, but in the climax stage it's the 3 to 5 time higher. Okay, it means the pigment diversity also increases, and that will be the succession is occur. Okay, the community respiration it means the, but the PR means the production and respiration ratio remains more than 1 in serial stage, but the huge living biomass respire a lot in the climax stage, and the PR ratio is equals. Okay, so that's why the succession it will be the occur. And another, food chain is also relationship become a more complex. That's why the succession it will be the process. Okay, food chain continuously complex in nature, that's why the proceed, that is the succession it will be the process. Okay, another, the one particular role of detritus is also the changes found in the one particular community. That is the detritus becomes a progressively more and more important role found in the succession also. Okay, so next is the basic condition J and life cycles and dispersal of seed is also increase, or it also proceed the succession also. Okay, so this is the trends of succession. It means the some functional changes during ecosystem development from young to mature stages. Okay, that is the trends of succession. Next is the types of succession. Ecological succession can be classified into two types, that is the primary succession and secondary succession. Further, based on the dominating species and the community, succession is classified into two subtypes, that is the autotrophic succession as well as the heterotrophic succession. So first of all, we see the primary succession. In the primary succession, if community development starts on a sterile area which has not been occupied by any community previously, the succession is called primary succession. It means the one particular area, no any kind of community is previously is uh, found or form. That area, that it means the sterile area, form a conversion of one particular community, that is called as the primary succession also. Okay, the first group of organism which initiate ecological succession is called as a pioneer community. Okay, it means the one particular first group of organism it will be found in a particular ecological or initiate the ecological succession is there, that is the pioneer community also. Okay, we call it as that is the pioneer community. Okay, the development of on a particular community on a rock is another example of primary succession. Okay, the rock is first of all invaded by lichens, and the pioneer communities, in course of time moss appears, and the moss is followed by the herbs and shrubs, and finally by trees. Okay, that is the one particular formation of succession or the primary succession also. Okay, firstly we have seen that is the rock is there, it means the sterile area is there. Okay, after that lichens, uh, it will be act on one particular rocks, and that lichens again degenerate the rocks. Okay, after that one moss appears is there, after the follow the moss, herbs and shrubs, and finally the tree, it will be found in the rock also, that is the primary succession. Okay, another next is the secondary succession, when community development starts on sites previously occupied by well developed community. The succession is called as secondary succession. Okay, means that succession generally found in the or occupied in the previously occupied communities. Okay, it will be start in the succession, it will be secondary succession, it will be start in the community development starts on sites previously occupied well developed communities. Okay, and the succession is called the secondary succession. Okay, the development of communities in cut over forest, abundant croplands, and plowed fields are examples of secondary succession. Okay, so after that the two two types, that is the autotrophic and heterotrophic. In the autotrophic, it is characterized by the dominance of autotrophic organisms. Okay, that is the plants. Okay, the succession begins predominantly in inorganic environments. Okay, generally found in the inorganic environment. Okay, begins or it will be the starts with the in inorganic environments also, that is called as the autotrophic succession. And last is the heterotrophic succession. It is the one particular characterized by the dominance of heterotrophic organism or animals, heterotrophs and autotrophs. Autotrophs means the plants. Okay, it means the it will be the preparation of food for own food material, and heterotroph means the it's a total depends on another, it's a total depend on autotrophs. Okay, that is the animals also. Okay, the succession begins in organic environments. Okay, that is called as a heterotrophic succession. Okay, so this is it for today. uh, Remaining parts we will see later on. Thank you very much all of you.